Well, from the music of Britney Spears to the sounds of Motown, a new theater group pulls back the curtain on its inaugural season. Here to tell us about what they're calling Season Zero is Lee Hamby, co-artistic director of the Arts Collective Theater. Good morning, Lee.
Good morning.
Congrats on the new collective.
Thank you so much.
It's exciting. So tell us, first of all, you've been in theater for a long time.
Don't remind me.
Well, at least a couple decades.
Yes,
And
yes.
you are a known entity around these parts. You were former director at ABET and Five and Dime Theater. What did you think was missing from the local theater scene that prompted you to want to create this new collective?
I think a lot of other theaters are concentrating on more known things and family-friendly things, which we need, desperately. I think we're missing that element of fun and wacky. And because I love that, and I know we've had great response to it in the past for the other theaters. So I think without having being scared of the material that you do. Everybody wants to sell tickets. We all want to sell tickets, but we want to also teach people what they need to see and want to see. People only know what they've already seen.
Right.
They don't know what they haven't seen.
And art should be challenging, right?
Correct.
So the idea behind this is to sort of be somewhat driven by the members, the collective, the artists who are participating. Who is going to be participating? Who are you going to be drawing from? And what are you going to ask of them? What should they be bringing to the project?
So we're not going to just concentrate on producing a full season of shows ourselves. So a lot of those things, we'll do like 3 or 4 shows a season, and then everything else will be locally driven with, comedy or film. We are able to have film in that space because we have a giant LED panel that's going to be on the back of the stage wall. And so we can bring in films, cabaret, anything and everything we're looking for. So if you have talent, reach out to us.
And so you've been renovating this space. Tell us where it is. We have a couple of pictures of the in process. So it's not what it's ultimately going to look like.
Right. So it's a building. If you grew up in Jacksonville, if you drive down Beach Boulevard, I know myself have always looked at this building going, that's the coolest building ever. And it became available and we jumped on it.
What is it?
It is 6701 Beach Boulevard. It used to be a home sound company, but like right before we bought it, it was a mix of things. It was doctors' offices. It was a church. There was a car dealer in there. So
that's so peak Jacksonville, just kind of the history of a building like that being so varied and diverse,
But it's like 1970s, mid-century. It's 2-story. It's really, really cool. So I'm proud to have that building.
And so we mentioned that it's Season Zero, and you are announcing basically what is on deck. So what are the shows that you're already planning?
So first, we're going to open with Victor Victoria, which everybody probably knows, the Julie Andrews film that was also made into a musical on Broadway in the 90s, which I got to see with Julie Andrews.
Wow.
And then Liza Minnelli took over for her, so I saw those. And then we're going to do a Cinderella tale told with Britney Spears music, which is called Once Upon a One More Time. And then we close the season for Christmas with Season of Soul, which is something that I've created that will celebrate R&B, gospel, blues, all holiday classics retold in those kinds of ways, through dance, spoken word, all kinds of things.
And so your invitation for people to get involved is predicated on a pretty interesting approach to auditions, which I think you've put out there as like, we all have limited time and resources. So what is it that you're doing that's different about the audition process?
So we're taking ongoing audition submissions, so video submissions. So you just have to send in once, and then we will do the rest. We will keep you in a file, and we will always look through our files for every show. So if you don't send in your things, we don't know about you. That's the kind of approach we're looking for. And we want to take the nerves out of the process. A lot of people get so nervous they don't want to come to an audition because the in-person process is nerve-wracking. So can the video process, but it takes the people watching you out of it. Don't question yourselves. Let us make the decision whether you're talented or not. We all question ourselves. No matter what the experience we have, we always have that imposter syndrome.
But this basically removes this show-by-show individual auditions and requiring you to sort of put yourself out for each show. You can basically be under consideration for any and all productions.
Absolutely. We want to take the, I'm too old, I don't have enough experience, I'm too fat, I'm too this, I'm too that. Takes all of that out of that. Let us make that decision for you.
Yeah.
You might not see yourself in a certain role, but we see you in that role,
And you are also committed to sort of diverse casting and, exploring different ways of presenting characters.
There's so many shows out there that are able to be told in different ways with different kinds of people. Just because the script and the original production was a certain way doesn't mean that everything has to be that way and kept that way.
So if people are interested in either getting tickets when you officially open or learning more about it, where can they go?
artscollectivetheater.com. Also, our Facebook and Instagram page is very active. We share lots of things there. Audition notice just went out. We are starting on Sunday, January 11th will be the first day of submission date. There'll be lots of information online for you to submit. So please look for that. We want anybody of all talent, any genre, anything.
All right. Lee Hamby, great to talk to you. Thanks so much for being here.
Good to see you.